Okay, so this is over chapter 3. You need to know all the definitions, obviously. Okay, all the terms like biosphere, what ecology is. We've gone over this several times. You need to know the difference between species richness and species evenness. Okay, make sure that you do know that. You do not need to know ecological cycles. I know we went over them yesterday, but you do not need to know them for this chapter, all right? We need to know the difference between biome, ecosystem, and climate zone. Okay, biome is going to be just the biotic factors, ecosystem is going to be both, and climate zone is just going to be the abiotic factors. Know the difference between habitat and niche. Habitat is where it lives, niche is how it lives. Okay, also know the difference between communities and populations. This is the best slide to study for that. Organism to population to community to ecosystem to biosphere. You need to know this order, forward and backwards. Okay, you need to know what each one is. That was 3A. Okay, in 3B we start talking about climate. Know the difference between weather and climate. I feel like you guys know this pretty well already. We know that weather is this, right? Weather is from one point to the next. Climate is basically what makes up your wardrobe, right? It's all of these things that affect climate. You need to know the things that affect climate. I'm not going to ask you to list them, okay, but you do need to know them, all right? You need to know seasons, latitude, elevation. You need to know what each one is, right? Seasons is going to be affected by the tilt of the earth, and it's going to be the different temperatures, different sunlight that you get, and all of that, okay? Latitude is going to be how far you are from the equator. Elevation is how far you are from the ocean, from ocean sea level. And then bodies of water is going to be how close you are to the bodies of water. Remember that the closer you are to a body of water, the more moderate your temperature is, because water absorbs a lot of heat, okay? So since water absorbs and keeps heat, we have more moderate temperatures than like the middle of Arizona. It'll get really cold at night or really hot during the day. We kind of stay the same temperature throughout. Okay, know the 5 different climate zones. All right, you guys know them already, hopefully. Know the 10 biomes, okay? I don't need to tell you guys every single thing in the 10 biomes. You do need to know every single thing in the 10 biomes. We need to know the 5 things that impact, where was that? Right here. Okay, the 5 human impacts on the environment, all right? It's not in the book. Remember, these are the impacts that I gave you. Who knows them? Sutton. Desertification. Deforestation. Overharvesting. Climate change.
Invasive species
and invasive species. Good. Those 5 things you need to know. All right. Okay, we need to know the 10 different biomes, know the definitions in the book, and know the definitions in the PowerPoint. I'm not going to go through them, okay? Also know chaparral, cool, wet winters, warm, dry summers. We're going to let that only stay for chaparrals, okay? And also the fact that they have thorny leaves, waxy leaves, we're going to keep that only for chaparral. So if you see that, please don't put desert. I accepted it for like partial credit on some of your quizzes, okay, but not on the test, all right? Know which biomes exhibit vertical zonation. They're going to be the tropical rainforest, the mountain biome, and the aquatic biomes. You need to know all of these definitions, okay? Benthic versus pelagic, photic, aphotic, and abyssal. Good. Know the difference between a producer and a consumer. Okay, producers are going to be taking their energy. What are the 2 types of producers? They're autotrophs. What are the 2 types of autotrophs? Lucia? Chemoautotroph and photoautotroph. Exactly. Not just phototroph, photoautotroph. Okay? And not just chemotroph, chemoautotroph. Know the difference between a predator, prey, and a scavenger. Okay? Herbivores versus carnivores, you know the difference between that. Know that an omnivore eats both plants and animals. Okay? Detritus is going to be what we become when we die. Okay? And decomposers are the things that eat that up. Okay? Decomposers are going to basically eat everything at some point. Alright? Competition, know the definition of that. We need to know the food chain, all right? Producers are eaten by herbivores, carnivores eat herbivores and other carnivores. This right here, trophic levels, very important. The 10% rule of energy transfer, you need to know what that is. Basically, the bottom of the pyramid will have 20,000, but then the next level will only have 2,000, only 10% of that total energy Okay, because a lot of the energy is lost through heat. Okay, we said that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It's just transferred into a different form. Heat is one of those forms, okay? Eventually, everything goes back to decomposers. Know that we have a predator limit because there's not that many things for it to eat, because there's not that much energy in the trophic level below it, all right? Different ecosystems will have different trophic levels. Not every ecosystem will have quaternary consumers. Okay, quaternary consumers, apex predators, only in some ecosystems. Know how food webs work? If I put a picture of a food web, you need to be able to tell me that the fox eats the mouse, okay? Arrows point from the eaten to the eater. Know the different types of symbiosis. We have parasitism, we have mutualism. Parasitism is basically a parasite. When you call someone a parasite, it's because they're sucking the life out of you. Mutualism, they both are helped. Commensalism, one benefits while the other is not affected. Neutralism, neither affected. Commensalism, one is injured. And that is it.